Hello and welcome to Veritas Net Backup Protection Solution for Cassandra video. This will guide you through protecting your Cassandra data in your environment. In this video, you will see how to add credentials for DSS, that is Data Staging Server, and Cassandra cluster, how to add DSS and Apache or DataStax cluster details in NetBackup, and how to create protection plan to protect your Cassandra data. So let's get started. We need to log in into NetBackup Web UI. You can also log in using role-based access control credentials. Okay, now that I'm logged in, I need to create Cassandra credentials. So I'll go to Credential Management. It will list all the credentials that are added on the setup. To create new credentials, click on Add. It will ask you the type of credential store. So we will go with NetBackup. Click on Start. You can give any credential name. Okay, and then I'll click on Next. Category, I need to select Cassandra, and you need to provide hostname, password, and database username password. Now there are two types of credentials that are supported for Cassandra: simple authentication and SSL. So if you select SSL, you would need to provide JMX credentials as well. The cluster that I'm adding has simple authentication, so I'll select simple and click on next. If there are any roles that needs to be assigned to these credentials, you can click on add or else click on next. Review page will let you review the details before adding the credentials. Click on finish once the details are validated. We can now see the credentials are being added. The next step would be to add Cassandra cluster. So click on Apache Cassandra node. Before adding Cassandra cluster that we want to protect, we need to add DSS cluster, which is Data Staging Server. Click on Add DSS cluster. This window gives details about the needed information and requirements to add the cluster. Click on Start and add DSS cluster name. We need to provide CBR node hostname. CBR stands for Cassandra Backup and Restore. If you click on I next to each field, it shows the details for the field. If you click on this I, it will give you the command which needs to be run on your CBR node to get this RSA key, and click on next. If you have multiple DSS nodes, you can add additional nodes by clicking on add and providing the hostname, and then click on add. Once the nodes are added, click on next. On credentials page, it will give me an option to select from existing credentials or add new ones. I will select the ones that we created and click on next. Here we need to specify backup host. Recommendation is to select media server as the backup host, and there is an option to add multiple backup hosts as well. Backup host is used for discovery, backup, and restore operations. Once you have added a backup host, click on next and add DSS distribution path, script path, and working directory. Make sure to click on information icon for each to know the purpose and requirement of these paths. Click on advanced settings to tune various performance parameters. You can go through Cassandra guide for better understanding of the parameters suited for your cluster. Click on next to review the details, and then click on add to add the cluster. Upon addition, it will validate details and credentials for the cluster and show it as valid. We will then add Cassandra cluster details that we need to protect. For that, we will click on Apache Cassandra clusters and add Apache Cassandra cluster button. This window shows the information needed to add production cluster and the requirements for the same. Click on Start to add production cluster details. Apache Cassandra cluster name is the name of the cluster that you want to protect. When clicked on DSS cluster, it lists the DSS clusters added, and you can select the one that you need to use as data staging server to protect the above specified Cassandra cluster. You need to provide discovery node hostname, which is used to discover all other nodes in the cluster. Discovery node key can be obtained by running this command on your discovery node. Enter the node key and click on Next. It will give you an option to select from existing credentials or add new. So I'll go ahead and select the existing credentials and click on Next. Enter the name of the data center that you wish to use to protect the cluster. Node down threshold is the max percentage of nodes that can be down in the Apache Cassandra cluster and still allow NetBackup to perform a backup. Click on Next to review the details and then click on Add to add the cluster. It will now start discovering all the nodes in the cluster. Once the other nodes are discovered, it will show pending for approval and you need to approve them after verifying the details and click on Approve. Once all the nodes are validated, the status of the cluster is shown as valid with correct number of nodes. Now that we have our production cluster added, we need to protect it using protection plan. So I'll click on protection plan, click on add to add new protection plan, give protection plan name and select workload as Apache Cassandra and then click on next. Click on add schedule. There are two types of schedules that are supported for Cassandra, full and differential incremental. You can choose the recurrence and schedule windows based on your requirement. There is a provision to duplicate the images using duplicate copy immediately to long-term retention option and to replicate the image using replicate this backup option for automated image replication scenarios. So I have added full and differential incremental schedules. You can edit these schedules once added by clicking on Edit. Okay, now let's click on Next. Select the storage unit for your backup by clicking on Edit and selecting the storage and then click on Next. Add any roles if needed or else click on Next to go to the review page and once reviewed click on Finish and the protection plan is created. We need to add this protection plan to the Cassandra cluster so that backups are triggered as per schedule. So we'll click on Apache Cassandra clusters. Click on the checkbox next to the cluster and click on Add Protection. It will list all the Cassandra protection plans here. Select the one that you need and click on Next. And it will give you a preview and you can click on Protect to protect your cluster with the protection plan. So now it is added to the plan and the cluster will be backed up based on the schedules that are mentioned in the protection plan. And this is how you can protect your Cassandra data. Hope you find this video useful. These are few of the commonly seen errors and their solutions for quick reference. Thanks for watching.